55 plus community versus a one-level townhome. Which fits your next chapter? You're standing in an exciting crossroads. Maybe you've just retired. Maybe you're simply tired of mowing that big lawn in Lakeville or shoveling snow in Apple Valley. You've decided it's time for something easier, something that lets you focus on living your life instead of maintaining a big house. But now you're faced with a choice that stops a lot of seniors in their tracks. Do you move into a 55 plus active adult community, or do you buy a one-level townhome in a traditional neighborhood? Hey, I'm Julie Sadie, Vikings Homes, brokered by eXp Realty, and as a senior real estate specialist, I help families throughout Rosemount, Farmington, Eagan, and the entire South and West Metro to navigate this exact decision every single week. Let's walk through the real differences so you can make the choice that's right for you. First, what exactly are we talking about? A 55 plus active adult community is a neighborhood designed specifically for older adults. Think Vita Attiva at South Creek in Farmington. With its resort-style amenities, social activities, and like-minded neighbors, a one-level townhome, on the other hand, is simply a multi-unit property where you own your unit and share some common areas, but anyone of any age can live there. Let's start with lifestyle, because this is where the differences really matter. In a 55 plus community like Vita Attiva, your lifestyle is practically planned for you. You have a clubhouse, a fitness center, walking trails, and a packed calendar of social events. You can join a pickleball league, take a woodworking class, or head out on an organized day trip. It's like living on a cruise ship that never leaves port. Everything is designed for connection and activity. In a traditional townhome, however, you have the freedom and independence. You can spend your Tuesday exactly as you please. Sleep in, meet friends for coffee in Lakeville, work in your garden, or take off for a spontaneous weekend. There's no schedule, no programmed activities, and no expectations. For some people, that's liberating. For others, it can feel isolating. Now let's talk about HOA responsibilities, because this is where I see the most confusion. Both options have HOAs, but they work very differently. In a 55 plus community, your HOA fee, let's say $250 to $400 a month, covers exterior maintenance, lawn care, snow removal, trash, often cable and internet, and access to all those amenities. You're essentially buying a maintenance-free lifestyle. In a townhome, your HOA might be $250 to $400 a month, and it typically covers exterior maintenance, lawn care, snow removal, and trash. But you're not paying for amenities because there usually aren't any. It's more of a shared maintenance arrangement than a lifestyle purchase. Here's the practical difference. In a 55 plus community, if the clubhouse roof needs replacing, that's covered by your HOA. In a townhome, if the roofs on all the units need replacing, it could be a special assessment that could cost you $5,000 to $10,000. I've seen this surprise seniors who thought they were buying a low maintenance living. Social opportunities. You might think this is an easy win for 55 plus communities, but it's more nuanced than that. In a 55 plus community, you have instant community. You can walk out your door and find someone to have coffee with, play cards with, or walk with. In our area, places like the fountains at Hosanna in Lakeville create a real community bond through shared activities and common spaces. For someone who's lost a spouse or whose friends have moved away, this can be life-changing. In a townhome, your social life is what you make of it. You might become friends with your neighbors, or you might not. You have to be more intentional about getting out to the senior center in Apple Valley, joining a church in Rosemount, or reconnecting with old friends. For the independent spirit who values privacy and existing relationships, this is perfect. For someone seeking new connections, it can be challenging. Now let's talk about the money side, resale considerations. Here's something most people don't think about. 55 plus communities have a smaller buyer pool. When you go to sell your home in Farmington's 55 plus community, you can only sell to people 55 and older. That limits your market, especially in a slower economy. A townhome in a traditional neighborhood, you can sell to a young family, a single professional, a retired couple, an investor, anyone, as long as the HOA allows rentals. Otherwise, you got to watch the rules, of course. That broader appeal often translates to faster sales and sometimes higher prices, especially in desirable areas like Lakeville or Eagan. But, and this is important, 55 plus communities often hold their value very well because there's consistent demand from aging boomers who specifically want that lifestyle. In our South Metro market, I've seen 55 plus homes in Vita Attiva appreciate steadily because there's limited supply and growing demand. There's also a question of what you're buying. In many 55 plus communities, you're buying into a lifestyle with a premium attached. In a townhome, you're buying real estate and location. One isn't necessarily better, it's just different. So how do you decide? Here's my framework. Choose a 55 plus community if you are seeking built-in social connections and activities. You want a true maintenance-free lifestyle. You love the idea of resort-style amenities. You're comfortable with age restrictions when you eventually sell, and you want everything in one place. Choose a one-level townhome if you value independence and privacy over programmed activities. You have an established social network that you want to maintain. You want maximum flexibility when it's time to sell. You prefer to design your own lifestyle, not have it planned for you. You're looking for the broadest possible buyer pool for resale. Here's what I tell my clients in Rosemount, Farmington, Apple Valley, and throughout our area. There's no wrong answer, only what's right for you. I worked with couples who moved into a 55 plus community and told me it was the best decision they ever made. They finally have a social life they craved. I've worked with others who chose a townhome in Eagan and love the freedom and privacy that it gives them. The key is being honest about what you really need and want from this next chapter, not what you think you should want. If you're trying to decide between these options, I'd love to help. I can show you both types of properties, introduce you to residents in each, and help you see what daily life really looks like. Call me at 763-257-7231 or email julie@vikingshomes.com. Let's find the perfect fit for your next chapter. Your home should support your lifestyle, not complicate it. Let's make sure you get it right.